think that child labor makes kids stronger, but those kids are suffering. The children that we see selling things in the street are usually rented by adults, and they have to make their work while the adults are resting, and that's not fair because they're being abused. They should not be taking adults' responsibilities. They should be living as kids by enjoying their childhood and attending to school. Have you ever asked yourself if child labor is correct? Well, child labor is considered illegal by Lancaster. It is also considered inhuman and exploitative. According to the statistics given by the International Labour Organization, there are about 300 million kids between 5 and 15 years old working all over the world, and 60% of them work for military purposes in child prostitution. Most of them currently work under illegal and dangerous circumstances. For example, in Mexico, there are factories that hire kids between 7 or 13 years old to make hard work, and they have to take the job because they need to support their families economically. But there are organizations that are trying to extend child labor. For example, the International Initiative to End Child Labor. These organizations help poor families economically and take their children to schools and institutions so they can have a better education. There are other organizations like the Child Labor Coalition, the Program of Elimination of Child Labor, and the Child Labor Law. Have you seen all these kids selling candies or cleaning windshields in the street? Unfortunately, that is something we see every day, but we prefer not to pay attention to it. Well, let me tell you something. Those kids don't go to school. Those kids don't eat properly. Those kids don't have childhood. And that is only what we can see. Kids as young as 6 or 7 years old, working in factories, sewing shoes, or in mines, breaking rocks, or carrying coal. Something has to be done. We need strong punishment for the exploiters, and that includes their parents who don't provide their children with proper care. As everyone says, by making a little action, we can have a big difference. Every time we're walking down the street and we see a kid begging for money or selling something, we think like, oh, we're a little thing. Then we buy him what he's selling, or we simply give him money, and we think that the problem is solved. But actually, the problem is not solved because we're continuing towards abuse. We're not helping them, we're hurting them. Remember that we have to be more conscious, because if we want to have a better country, we should start by protecting the future residents of our nation, by giving them education and a happy childhood. Finally, I will leave you with the words of Bihin Birawan, coordinator of the Global March Against Child Labor. It's time to act for the future of our generation. Stopping child abuse is crucial. We call on the general public to join hands with us.